How's it going, guys? My name is Chris here in Kelowna, BC, Canada, showing you this Mercedes 300 SD 1983. It's quite a lovely car. I recently acquired it from a gentleman in Oyama who was getting transferred into a home, and he was selling off his lot of Mercedes, and I was fortunate enough to pick this up. And it did need a little bit of work. As far as the paint goes, it's gotten a whole new paint job with the original factory color. The interior was thoroughly clean, as well as the fluids for the vehicle, like the differential, engine oil, transmission. Those were also flushed. So overall, you know, the vehicle's in excellent shape. Currently 92,000 miles on the odometer. Now, a little bit of history of this car is it got imported into Canada back in 2005 from Japan. So it is a Japanese model. Now, some good things about that is that there's no EGR system, as well as the bumpers. You know, they're a lot more conservative, shorter, and it looks a lot more stylish in my opinion. So this gentleman imported the vehicle back in 2005 to Canada. And from then, he owned it up until myself taking possession of it. So again, a beautiful car. The other addition that I have made to this vehicle is the wheels. Now the wheels have been powder coated chrome and have come off of different model of Mercedes. So this to me adds to the car, the look, the aesthetic. Yeah, so what we'll do next is we'll do a tour of the interior and just go over a couple things. Mechanical wise, this car is in excellent running shape as well, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So as you can see, when we open the door, the interior is somewhat intact. Typical Mercedes cracking of the dash. The seats are, you know, a little bit ripped, but not, you know, too bad. As well as, you know, some cracks on the wood in the dash as well. Now, again, with this vehicle, this gentleman who previously owned it, he did take pretty good care of it. It just needed a little bit of a cleaning, and also, you know, the paint, being that it was faded, needed a touch-up. So for the interior, the driver's window and the right rear window are the only windows that currently work. So the driver's side and the driver's side rear and the passenger side front, unfortunately, don't work. From what I've heard, you know, cleaning the contacts from the window switches could fix this issue. They were working when I picked it up, but slowly over my ownership of this vehicle, they have stopped working. The radio is fully functional. It's a cassette player, the factory cassette player that came from Japan. It plays really, you know, high quality music. I love cassettes. You know, I was in the generation when they were popular. So for me, it's kind of nostalgic, you know, listening to all of my old songs in this vehicle. The rear speakers work great. The front speakers are a little bit crackly. But again, with the Mercedes fader knob, you can just send the music to the back and it actually sounds quite good. So to open up the rear as well, as you can see, you know, the sides of the vehicle, of the inside wells, they are in good shape. There was no rust on the vehicle other than this spot, which we'll cover in a little while here. Yeah, overall, like I said before, the car is in really good shape. What we can do now is we'll start the vehicle up and we'll go to the engine bay. So yeah, it starts right up. We'll pop the hood. So this is the OM617, sorry, my apologies, OM617 turbo diesel. Now again, being the Japanese model, it doesn't have any EGR. So that's what makes this particular engine unique, coming from factory like that. As we can see here, doing the old Mercedes cap test, it just vibrates, doesn't pop off on us. You know, we've got good compression of the motor, as well as reservoir for the coolant. I mean, there's no cracking. You know, when we shut the car off, we'll open it up and I can show you there's no rust in here or anything like that. The battery has been replaced, obviously, AC Delco battery. Starts right up though. You know, we have our good old mechanical injection pump here. That's one of the reasons I love these Mercedes. You know, it's old school technology. I can shut the engine off by just flicking a switch on the top of the valve cover. It's a great engine. There's some markings here from Japan. I don't speak Japanese, so unfortunately I don't really know what they mean. This one I think refers to the engine displacement as well as maybe some RPM information. Again, I don't know. I don't speak Japanese. I'll take you around the other side of the vehicle as well. As you can see, the interior is fairly mint. I mean, for the age of the vehicle, it is held up pretty well. Obviously, some tears in the seat, like mentioned before. But as far as mechanically and cosmetic-wise, it is pretty nice, I will say. We have original Mercedes glass here as well. As you can see, we have some delamination of the rear glass. So essentially, like, I guess there's a plastic component in this glass that comes separated. But it is original. And one of the reasons why I didn't get this replaced is of these original stickers. So like Yanis is the official company in Japan that imports Mercedes and sells them domestically. So again, things that I wanted to preserve to keep the originality, as well as the original Mercedes sticker, which is kind of faded right now. Yeah, a port to the antenna is not all there, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do for you is show you the trunk section. So the trunk section, fairly intact as well. We have the original Mercedes spare right here, as well as the original jack. And this original attention card that's right at the bottom here. So nice, you know, keeping it original memento. Now what I'm going to show you is the rust, the little bit of rust that's located on the vehicle. So as you can see here, probably from not proper drainage, from either, you know, being wet or washed and not cleaned properly, there's a little bit of rust inside here as well as inside. So this portion right here, sorry, you can't see it with the rubber, but this will need, you know, obviously attention. But that's the only part of the car that has any rust. Underneath here, we have the original triangle for if you're in a hazard situation on the road and then you need to use your triangle. So right now we're going to turn it off. We'll go inside the vehicle and look at the temperature gauge currently and the oil pressure, just so everyone knows. So the car's been running for a little bit now, and you know, we're still, you know, under half. Oil pressure is consistent. One thing with the dash is the tachometer is intermittent. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I heard there's an amplifier that's located under the hood that usually is a common failure and can, you know, be replaced through a wrecker. I'll show you the cassette player now. I think I've got my favorite cassette in here too. A little bit of George Michael's. Pretty good. Yeah, so again, if anyone has any questions or concerns, just feel free to message me in the comments. And we can, yeah, I have nothing to hide with this one. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, I try to represent my cars authentically and honestly. So yeah, any questions you have, just let me know.